Detective Comics 967, and Connor's going to gloat like nothing else. Because after last issue, I've been making Who's Connor jokes for months, and Tim says, "Who the hell is Connor?" And there's a little bit more of that in this issue. He's talking about Connor. But something that not been as long, but Connor here has been saying that, there's been a lot of Brother Eye references these last few weeks.
Yeah.
It popped up in Batman Beyond, popped up over here and something else, and
one was the Batwoman issue in the future.
Yeah. And he's like, it's coming back, I'm telling you, it's coming back. So of course he's smug as shit when we find out that future Tim here comes to the Batcave because he wants to retrieve the current build of Brother Eye, and that's the big reveal at the end of the issue. Of course, a lot of the issue is actually a bit more emotional than that. It's all about Tim. Bruce finds Tim in the hospital. They share a moment. Everyone, there's that great moment where Batwoman walks into the belfry, and Tim's just hugging Cass, and she's so happy.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm glad to see you too." And at the end of that page, he's like, "Hey, spoilers on our way, right?"
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Tim doesn't know.
And then you see future Tim be creepy and go and hide in the shadows and talk to Spoiler.
Yeah, because we know from that introduction of Batman of Tomorrow, Spoiler's still not on that side. She's still, I like the cut of her jib. She's steadfast anti-Batman right now. So, whether it's in this, in the present or in the future. So, my kind of gal. But, yeah, this issue was so good. I can't. Just everything from Tim's final reunion, and Batman rewatching. Like, I needed to see all the angles. How could we have missed this?
Yeah, before he knows he's alive, he's trying to find him, and he's just rewatching the death over and over, trying to figure out how he's alive, what's going on.
Which I imagine he's been doing since the Azrael. What was that called? The
one was
their AI.
Yeah.
Since told him that Tim Drake's alive, and so. And the fact that he stops what he's doing and goes and, I like his little entrance into the hospital too, how he changes out of the Batman costume and
I like that
into Bruce Wayne.
You can still see it. See when he's in the room with the doctors, he's like, "I own this hospital. Get out. Give us the room."
Yeah.
You can see that he's still got his Batman top on underneath his shirt. You can see that it's been it feels very quick and just like, I've just put a shirt on over it just to hide it.
And just the art. Who did the art on this one?
Alvaro Martinez.
Just the fluidity of that, like when you're reading it and it's intercutting between them trying to revive Tim.
Yeah.
And him rushing up the stairs and leaving stuff behind, and it's just.
I love the panels of Bruce's guilt where where he's reviewing the dead and he's just the close on his face, and then in the shadows with the cowl down, and he's talking about how Tim knew that I'd be coming for him, but it wasn't. And it's like, it just hits so hard.
That does hit. One of my favourite little moments, actually, is when Tim says, "Right, I know this is going to be a bit much to swallow, but you're just going to have to believe me on it." Well, actually, that wasn't what I was going to mention, but I also love Clayface's line here, where he's like, "Yeah, says the zombie to the clay monster." That was funny.
Yeah, it's so good.
But when he says, so future Tim is here, and he wants to try and stop the world becoming what it is in his timeline, so he's going to kill who's responsible for it. So he's coming after Kate, he's coming after Batwoman, and I love Kate just be like, "How personal should I be taking this?"
Yeah.
That cracked me up, that line.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Which
I also like that
that plays into something in another book later too. Like they're doing all sorts of cool stuff with these Bat characters across the line. Like it's amazing, So, but yeah, go ahead, Connor.
I like that we have a name for the team. It's only taken a year and a bit.
Oh yeah, Gotham Knights, which is harkens back to a time when we had the Gotham Knights book and stuff.
Well, and it's also, I love how obvious it was there, and Tim's like, "I made a round table with seats for everybody." Like how
it
how
kind of
did you
is
miss
really
this?
obvious when he says it, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I'm cool with that. It's almost like if this wasn't Detective Comics, like if they ever had to give up Detective for something else, just launch a book called Gotham Knights and make it the sequel to this
definitely.
Because that's what they are. You know what I mean?
I haven't checked, but I hope Tynion was smug as shit on Twitter, going, "How did none of you guys get this?"
Yeah. Oh, and as soon as I read this issue, I messaged Connor. I was like, "Dude, you got to read it." He's like, "Oh, I'm so backed up still." I was like, "Connor, please read it. please, so we can talk about it in the open.
Yeah, and then and then I read it before he did, and I came on and said, he's going to be a smug little shit on the podcast.
When Matt said that, I was like, I'm gonna hold off. I can wait. I don't, I'll be fine. And then Pete said that. I was like, well, now I've got to know.
Yeah. It was really a team effort there, Pete. That was good on us.
Yeah. So yeah, we mentioned we went to see Steph, and then future Tim comes to see Alfred, and that's when the B squad of the Knights, if you will, the Robins show up to fight him. All the ones and the dog
and the dog
and Titus.
No.
So he's like, you lost the moment you decided to engage with me. You're all better fighters than I am, but I've been spending 15 years like planning this out. Like I know exactly how to take you down.
Future Tim.
Do you?
I would have loved for Dick just to go over there and punch him out.
Yeah, as would
I
I.
would love for that to have a Gardner moment. Like,
I think I love Future Tim just because Tim's my favorite Robin anyway, and I just love that this is what he became in some versions. It's just like it just does this. It's so cool.
That makes sense though. I mean, out of all of the reasons, he has that chip on his shoulder. We talked about this before.
Yeah.
You know, so of course he's going to spend all that time and basically use their strengths against them. You know, but I just would have loved for Tim for Dick just to go over as the big brother and just be like, all right, we're just gonna settle this mano-a-mano.
Yeah, I just like that once they go through the roof and they're in the Batcave where Batman and who's with him? Tim. Batman and Tim have just shown up. I'm forgetting there's two Tims. It gets confusing. I'm like, no, we've already got a Tim accounted for.
Old Tim, young Tim.
Yeah, young Tim and
Tim.
Batman show up, and it's like, yeah, like I don't care how good you are, you're not going to be able to fight all four Robins and the real Batman at the same time. Yep. Come on now, future Tim. And he's like, yeah, but I've got a brother Eye. And that's where we end. It's also worth mentioning Kate is in a cell in the Belfry because that's where she's safe, and we've got Clayface and Cass and Azrael all kind of standing guard. So I'm sure that won't go wrong.
I will point out, I mentioned the Batman of the Future thing in the Superman Super Sons crossover. Mm-hmm. We got a cover for that in the solicits, and it's a different costume to this. It's not this Batman outfit, but it does look very Red Robin.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you've seen it. You can go take a look at that in the solicits if you want. It looks it's got the plain down cowl, no ears. It just looks a lot like it.
No, he looks creepy as hell standing on the computer panel the way he does it in the last panel. Like hunched over like a technical gargoyle.
Yeah.
This issue was just so fun. Even aside from being smug at the end, like I just had a lot of fun with this issue. It was
the character stuff. It was everyone reuniting with Tim, the various reactions to the things that he says. That was all the stuff that was really.
I also really enjoyed older Tim talking to Alfred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really nice conversation.
Yeah, because he still cares about Alfred. He's like, get out of the way, Alfred. This is about to, get messy in here. So no, he still cares.
It doesn't want Alfred in the way.
Yeah.